I have been watching a movie every single day of 2024 starting back in January, and now that we're halfway through the year, I wanted to share and recommend some of my favorite movies I've seen thus far. Starting with the movies in movie theaters that I saw, Hundreds of Beavers was crazy. The whole cast and crew was there in costume, and they were chucking beers at the audience. It was great. You will not stop laughing. Saw Dune Part 2 in theaters and loved it even more than the first. It legitimately had me on the edge of my seat. In a Violent Nature was a visceral but fun theater experience. So far, my favorite movie of 2024 too. I just saw Kinds of Kindness in theaters last night and loved it, but it was weird as hell and hard to wrap your brain around, in a good way. I also saw The First Omen in theaters, and this was a huge surprise. There are so many memorable, messed up moments from this movie that have not left my brain. These are two 2024 movies that I did not see in theaters, but I highly recommend. The Coffee Table is the darkest and most disturbing comedy I've ever seen, and The Beast is a mind-melting sci-fi movie that reminded me a lot of Mulholland Drive and Twin Peaks. Now it's time for non-2024 movies. Huge recommendation for My Life as a Zucchini. It is an adorable but heartbreaking French stop-motion claymation. Saw Bamboozled earlier this year and thought it was great. A funny and biting satire about race in entertainment that's probably more relevant now than it was in 2000. Johnny Corncob is a Hungarian animated movie with literally some of the most gorgeous animation I have ever seen. It's so psychedelic and mesmerizing. It's just my most rewatched movie this year is Freddy Got Fingered. I've seen it 3 times. I bought the DVD even and have been shown it to friends. It's so hilarious and out there. If you love 80s horror, I have 2 really great recommendations. My Bloody Valentine is a classic slasher with lots of satisfying moments, and Butcher Baker Nightmare Maker was a surprisingly queer psychological horror film. And I'll end this video out with Gunjum Haunted Asylum, which is now my favorite found footage movie ever. It is Korean, and its last half hour is some of the scariest shit I have ever seen in a movie.